we'll start a couple minutes early. We think everybody's here. Welcome to the Skokie Appearance Commission meeting for Wednesday, February 14th. When you checked into the building department, you were given instructions what we're going to be talking about tonight. So hopefully you brought all necessary materials. Neighbors to either side of your request, at least on residential requests, were given notification of this meeting, and if there are any such neighbors who want to speak during that part, when we have that discussion, they're welcome to come up and be heard as well. With that said, anybody who was going to come up and speak and present a case, please rise and be sworn in. Again, rise and be sworn in.
Okay. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you give tonight will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
And when I call a case, the gentleman who just swore you in will be reading comments we get from the Community Development Department, and we take those into consideration when we're rendering our decisions. When I call your case, please just stand up right in front here, and we'll discuss everything. Before we begin, does somebody want to make a motion to approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I move that the minutes of the meeting of January 10th, 2018 be approved as submitted.
Anybody second? Okay. All in favor? Aye. So passed. All right. Maybe. Where's my case notes? All right. We'll begin with case number 2018-2A, Ali Yafai, 7734 Kilbourne Avenue.
The staff has no objections with the overall design. Technical items that need to be addressed include updating the zoning information worksheet to include the garage area and the floor area ratio calculations. The proposal may be approximately 40 square feet greater in area than allowed, and ensuring a sprinkler system is installed for the entire house. Hi, welcome. So, on this elevation, are you familiar with the project? Okay, on this elevation, the Hardy plank that's shown doesn't have any joints or lines. Is it horizontal? Is it vertical? You can stand up and take a look. Are the planks vertical? Are they horizontal siding? Are there no joints?
This is the, that's the front of the house.
It's not shown. Just says Hardy smooth panel siding.
And that's the rear of the house.
They're bigger panels then, I presume, with.
Or is it horizontal siding?
Oh, the siding. It's going to be stucco board?
It's a stucco board.
Yeah, but what's it look like? Because it doesn't.
It says siding. It doesn't
I'm pretty
say.
sure. I'm pretty sure if we do it, I would not accept to do it horizontal. I would do.
Have you picked it? I mean, are they
Do you have samples?
6-inch, 5-inch, 8-inch?
No, we're gonna. It hasn't shown me any samples, but we would pick the biggest possible.
Okay.
Because we don't want as less lines to show as possible.
Here's the problem we have. I don't think any of us have any problem with the front of your house. We have no idea what this is going to look like, and we don't think that you know what it's going to look like. So until we know what it's going to look like, there's not much we can do.
Okay.
Unless you're going to sit here and go outside and draw what it's going to look like and bring it back in here. Which you can do. But we need to know now whether you either want to come back in a month or have your architect show us what it's going to look like.
Is it possible we can call him?
Absolutely. So here, you're going to take this drawing and tell them, we have no idea what's going on with, correct guys, is this pretty much the only issue we have?
If you get them on the phone, I'll talk to them.
Right. So elevation 4, both elevations number 4, okay?
You want to know how the stucco board
We don't know what it is.
lines will look.
We don't know
Well,
what.
it
we just-
usually comes, you know, in a 5-inch wide or 6-inch wide or 8-inch wide plank, oriented either horizontally or vertically.
Might even be a 4x8 board.
And it might even be, you know, he says smooth,
He might be able to email you a picture too.
smooth
Okay.
panel siding. It could be, like Nate says, could be 4 foot by 8 foot.
I wanna write that one.
So here, just, it's very simple. We don't
And on
know,
the front and out, you
we
know.
don't know what that's gonna look like, and that's what it's referenced, note 11 to that, okay? That could mean a lot of different things,
Okay.
okay? So go do that, and then we'll recall your case. There's only a few cases, so you should be okay. Okay? Thank you.
Everything else is fine?
I don't think anybody, I
questions.
don't think anybody else has much major, right?
Fine.
What's his name? That he said we talked about?
Nathan,
Nathan.
Nate
He's
Christie will
gonna come out
talk.
with you.
Thank you.
I'll come out.
Just wave to Nate and he'll come out there. Sure, case 2018-3A, Felix Condurat at 3837 Kirk.
Staff has the staff has concerns with the design, and it is recommended that the addition be built as a second floor addition over the existing one-story addition in the back to ensure consistent aesthetics and proportions along Kirk Street. Technical items that need to be addressed include zoning board of appeals, approval of an overall height of 28 feet, where the maximum allowed is 26 feet, and a side yard setback of 3 feet. The minimum required is 4 feet. The ZBA, Zoning Board of Appeals approval process could be avoided with the suggested rear yard addition, as the overall height would be reduced and the side yard setback would be increased.
First of all, I want to make a correction to whoever changed the name of my project. It's not a third floor addition. It's a roof framing replacement and attic expansion.
It's, we don't, okay, go ahead.
So the third floor addition seems correct. What I'm doing is the existing roof framing is under design. They're 2x4s, they're 24 inches in center.
Holy moly.
And there are many houses in Skokie like this. And it is sagging, so my shingles are separating. And I even got an I-band. So what I want to do, I want to replace the roof frame, improve energy efficiency and roof
Is there
insulation,
photos in here?
and gain some attic space for flowers.
So look, sir, we get all that, okay? What we're gonna tell you here, at least what I'm gonna tell you after looking at it, at least my opinion, is A, it's not very attractive, B, it doesn't comply with the codes, okay? You're 28 feet, you're not allowed to be 28 feet tall.
There are 28 feet houses on my block.
Then that's something we can take up with the zoning board of appeals, but
Yeah.
I can't let you get past here with something drawn for 28 when you're only allowed 26. Secondly,
Brian told me,
secondly, this elevation looks awful. It's, I don't, do we have a photo of the existing house? Do we have a front photo of it? It's,
That's part of it. Huh.
do you have a photo with you of the front of your house? I mean, this just doesn't, I can't, I wouldn't let you do this next door to my house or next door to anybody's house. I would suggest that whoever drew it didn't draw it to scale either. Well, I gotta tell you, that those second floor windows look squatty, okay? So, what is your definition of what new composite siding means?
any siding that's,
Yeah, see, we don't operate that way, okay? Do you have a sample of it?
I don't know,
Okay, so did you see what I just made them do? I said, go out and get your architect and tell us what it is, okay? So,
it's a, 5 or
Right.
6 inch siding.
my concern is that, and this is my comment, my opinion, and I'm only one of what is now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 commissioners, is that this looks like an addition that was dropped on top of a brick house. and it looks like it's done in the least expensive way possible, and it doesn't look very attractive or compatible to what the neighbors have going on. So that's my opinion, and I don't know, I'll leave it open for comment if anybody else wants to have that same comment. I sympathize with your structural issues and stuff like that, but I think that this is the way to fix it. I think it could be redesigned in a different way, whether you use a brick to go vertical, or versus the siding, you know, this looks like.
There are many houses with brick at the.
Sir, I don't care, okay, about the other houses, okay? I care about how this looks, okay? You're right, there's many, my house has brick and siding on it, okay? But it doesn't have it like this, and it's not front-facing on the front of the street, okay? So, my comment is that this just looks like it's an addition that's dropped on top of a house, and that there would be, if your architect would have better ways of making this achieve what you need, and also be able to do it within the constraints of the 26 feet that you're allowed.
It would not give me enough for space in there.
What is between this, for the new addition, the siding and the brick, what is between the siding and the brick, right above the windows?
It's just the board, you know, termination board, or joint board. You know, this houses are called 1.5-story houses.
Is what, I'm sorry?
They're called 1.5-story houses in
Mhm.
Chicago, because the second floor is not 48 feet, it's only 7 feet. The ceiling drops on the sides, a foot and a half. So, you know,
I know, it's a Georgian, I used to own one, I understand that, okay?
So
But
the
it's, go
The
ahead.
reason I'm going to 28 feet is that I need to go up from the existing second floor window top a foot and a half to get to the existing attic floor because of the original construction.
It's 28 feet's not allowed, 26.
There are 28 feet houses on Club across the street.
I can't verify that, all I can tell you is what the zoning, I mean,
This
you
is
can
a
go,
This is a
all right,
28.
look at, right, look at, here's what we can do. You come back again with the design the way we like it, and if we like it at 28 feet, then we'll send it on to, you can move on to zoning board of appeals for the 3 other things that you have to have them address. But this is just not attractive.
Well, it may not be appealing to you, but
It's not appealing to our commission, and if it doesn't appealing to our commission, at least that's my opinion, so,
You need to work
and if
on
they,
the
go ahead and
facade.
speak to
Yeah,
your.
you need to work on the front facade,
Okay.
so it looks more soothing. Yeah, it's right now it's like
you don't like siding?
more.
There's nothing wrong with siding if
Not
it's,
siding.
if it's, in-
Gentleman just said that there's something against siding in front of the house.
all you've done is made a blank, flat facade, taller and a little, and even more out of scale. There's no interest, you haven't developed any interest in the use of the siding. It would probably, like Mike said, it probably would look better with the masonry all the way up. But you're just, you know, the attempt to separate the siding with the baseboard there, it's not working. There's no relief, there's no projection, and, you know, you have a rather narrow and now very tall profile that it's not appealing. And it may not be appealing to your neighbors. And that's what we're here for.
It should be compatible with the neighbors' homes, too.
I think it is. Their house is exactly
So-
like this with brick and siding at the second floor.
So I think our suggestion, because we're not gonna sit here for half an hour and try to redesign it for you, sir, is to talk to your architect, whoever that may be. His name should be on here somewhere. And explain to him what our comments are. Okay? And if you want, it's your option, you wanna come back with another 28-foot design and then go through with the zoning board of appeals, you're more than welcome to do that. You don't only have a height issue, you've got other issues. You're aware of that, right?
Yeah.
You've got a side yard setback issue, okay? So, you know, I'm not a real estate attorney, and I don't know how easy that is to get all taken care of, but that's where we stand. Try to just make this front look better. It really looks like you just dropped that addition right on top. And, you know, masonry could help. This odd looking, this window has no, I honestly think those two are not drawn properly compared to your photographs. They look a little
Yeah,
wider than they should be.
They look spaced out in the picture.
So have them clean it up, and then let's go at it again. Okay?
Do I need to do what?
Yep. It's just a modified, that's an easy one. Yeah, it's an easy one.
Continue to the next one.
Right, I don't think anybody's gonna make a motion, so. You wanna take that with you and then, okay. All right? All right, good luck. Case number 2018-4A, Reina and Odios Golamas.
Staff has no objections with the overall design. However, it is requested that the petitioner consider an updated shutter color. Technical items that need to be addressed include locating the new
Thanks, Carrie.
detached garage a minimum of 5 feet from the alley / rear property line, and removing the driveway from the front yard, including the removal of the driveway apron, and restoring the area with sod or other landscaping. Hi.
This looks like one of those ones over here. It's the same type of style of design as, what's that street over here? Floral?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if it's the same architect. Is this, are you the homeowner or the architect?
Yes, homeowner.
Okay.
Oh, wait.
It's gotta be the same architect, don't you think, Carrie?
You're Avers, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Are we on the right one?
No, that's your next one.
Sorry.
Sorry about that. You have a folder tipped over. so-
Okay, that's Nathan's fault. Okay,
Yes, that one.
now we're back to,
So we have the wrong plan.
excuse me.
Shutter color. What is the
What's the
existing
proposed shutter
It's
cut?
like, kind of like a
last case?
brownish color right now. Our roof is this color. So we're probably gonna just make the shutters this color as well.
Okay.
The dark color black.
Could
Were
could we see it?
photos provided?
That's our roof right now. That's a piece from our roof. And then the front of the house will have the same brick, and the side of the house will have the same brick.
Yeah, and it's gonna be fine. You're the homeowner, just find a shutter color that's gonna be,
Yeah, yeah.
Appealing to him.
I've been, hounding my husband to change it to black.
go easy on him.
Yeah.
Julie or Arshana, somebody wanna make a motion? It seems like there's not much to discuss here.
Yeah. I make a motion that certificate of appropriateness be granted for case number 2018 4A, located at 8646 Evers Avenue, and is as presented with no suggestions. Everything looks.
Right, right. And you'll make the porch roof and the shutters all look compatible. Anybody second? All in favor?
Second.
Aye.
Aye.
So passed. Great, thank you. Case number 2016-50A, Paul Brzeski at 3825 Brummel Street. Have to wait on him, we get some documents passed out for you, but spread a hair
The
thin.
addition design was approved by the Appearance Commission in 2016. However, at 28 foot 9 inches, it was not built within the maximum allowable height of 28 feet. Tonight's request is to approve the building at its as-built height to enable the petitioner to request an approval of a height variation from the Zoning Board of Appeals at a future meeting. Good evening.
Good evening.
So, what do you got to say for yourself?
Actually, it said 28.9, I believe Mr. Parker was out and measured 28.6. My
Okay.
measurement was 28.9, but that was
But
from the
it's-
top of the roof.
It's over 28.
Correct.
So,
And
what's your explanation?
in the process, we provided a perimeter drain tile, and what we're having is, after we compacted the fill, it's still settling somewhere. If you go around the house, you'll get different measurements. We're probably still over maybe around 28.3 to 28.6, not 28.9.
Aesthetically, you didn't change anything that was approved?
We didn't finish. The brow still has to be installed at the front and at the rear.
No, you're still under construction,
Yes,
but you're going to be, all right, so you're going
going to
to,
be installing, yeah.
everything aesthetically will be the same, is what's approved.
Correct.
The only problem you have is that you're several inches over the top. And then if we say it's okay, your next battle's with zoning, correct? Okay.
I think it looks fine.
All right, Tom, go ahead and make a motion. Don't do that again, sir.
Yes, I
Because we've
move
made
that,
people do worse things than,
Thank you.
but I'm not,
Worst thing.
that doesn't mean that ZBA is gonna be
right.
as easy on you, trust me.
I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case number 2016-050A at 3825 Brummel at its as-built height of 28 feet 9 inches or 28 feet 6 inches, as the case may be, pending approval from the Zoning Board of Appeals.
Anybody second? All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? No opposed, so passed.
Have a good evening.
Yep,
Good
good luck.
luck.
Is that other, did they, they're working, okay. Case number 2017-80A, Michael and Deanna Dalesman, at 9025 Samoset.
Building elevations were approved at the December 2017 Appearance Commission meeting. However, some adjustments have been made to the design. Staff has no objections with the new overall design. However, an adjustment is requested at the northwest corner of the house where the bay window roof meets the side roof detail, possibly by reducing the size of or eliminating the bay window. In addition, consideration should be given to wider exterior stairs and double entry door for the new grand entrance, and providing a brick accent above the garage door to minimize the perceived size of the blank brick wall. Wow. Good evening.
You are the architect, sir, or the homeowner? Okay, you're both?
I am not submitting it, but I did the design work.
Okay.
But I'm here as the homeowner.
All right, so you're both. So what's changed? What did you do
So,
differently?
essentially, the house, long story short, we had a house fire at the end of August. And we got the information from insurance at the end of November. And we pretty much rushed the process of the design, getting ahead of pricing.
Okay.
Originally, when we came in, the house is currently a split level. And that when we came in with the design, we maintained the split level concept.
Okay.
In this, we raised the first floor.
Got
to
better
level.
insurance claim.
Actually, no. I wish that was the case, but no.
Okay.
No, actually, this actually reduced the cost significantly.
Okay.
Doing it this way, because we were able to keep the house footprint smaller than what we were proposing before. So we're keeping, so this still keeps the same foundations as we were before. Previously, we're adding about 30 feet of new foundations. Now we're adding about 12 feet. So that's the evolution of this design.
Got it.
the aesthetics of it hadn't changed in terms of the brick selection, or the siding placement, but that's how we came to this.
So, on this elevation, is there a setback there? Is this
Yes,
a-
there is.
So that's a slight setback.
Yes.
What does this line want to be?
That's nothing, actually. I think that's just a mistake. That's
So,
just a full- that full
and
floor
what
siding.
is this material?
That's siding.
So you're not, are you going to be over 50% masonry?
We are, we're about 60% right now.
Okay.
58%. The back side and the side elevation, the west elevation is almost entirely brick. And because we're coming up that first floor, that's how we're getting all of that. We're about
So,
46
so what's
brick height.
what's the street elevation?
So we're a corner lot at the corner of Samoset and Grove.
Okay,
So that's the front elevation on Grove. The address is Samoset. What was that?
Are you the east?
I'm on the, yes, east side of the street.
Okay, the site plan is up there.
Yeah, so that's not the street elevation right there.
I guess I'd just like to, so I'm not necessarily overly concerned about that. This is exposed to the street?
Yes.
It's-
That's
it's
the,
Samoset.
that's the Samoset side right there.
I mean-
Okay.
I'd love to see, I mean, can we run the masonry there, and where's the front?
Sorry.
Yeah, I went the wrong way. Even at the expense of taking it from,
This is it.
would be here, right? Maybe that's what that line wanted to be at one point. I don't know, I'm talking,
I mean,
I know it's a lot more.
It's I'm more question with brick. It's just a lot of brick. I'm just afraid it would just look very heavy. Because that height is so much taller than what the second floor is, even though that's really a floor and a half right there.
Is the first floor, is it projecting out? Or like, that's the basement, right? And then.
No, so this is all
projecting-
one. This is all one level. This
one
bay
level.
comes out, and that's it. But this is all just straight up here.
Just one level.
Got it.
The second floor set back a little bit.
What was that?
Look at the second floor set back a little bit.
Don't get that.
The second floor is set back.
Looks like it is.
Yeah, the second floor is set back. I was just talking about
Yeah.
this portion
I
here.
thought this was projecting too, like it.
No, it's just the way that it was modeled with the different materials in there.
Oh.
I mean, the base cannot be in the setback area if they're floor level.
The base cannot be in the setback area.
That's the
If they're
concern.
at floor level.
Looks awkward. You suggest
I'm not saying they are.
entire.
No, the bay
Do it
is,
in
the bay is
this
projecting out.
square.
It's not set
Or-
back. The second floor is set back from the first floor.
But is the bay in this, into the 25 or the 17
Correct.
feet?
No, it's not.
ground? It clears this.
It clears that, yeah.
As
Yeah, because you can see here.
long as it clears the 25 from the 17.
Yeah, so there's no bay that projects more than 20, that projects into the 25
Will you
feet on the
extend it?
sunset side.
That's what I mean, why doesn't this just run?
No, that's actually in line.
What you're thinking?
I think here's something wrong.
Right, exactly. Right. There are on the floor,
Well,
on
which
some of the
was-
plans, but yeah, I
From this side
mean,
it
I
is-
might not have dimensioned the space.
What about the
specifically,
front
but yeah.
side? I mean, the front side, yeah.
Just so you know.
This is the
the people
extension.
that-
Yeah, no, agreed.
There's a line there.
I mean, I don't know why. Why wouldn't you just want to have this eve line run all the way around?
Ah.
This is just so cut up and I don't get it. This is the only elevation I can, or the only perspective I can get it to look at it, but,
Are you talking about the eve line on the right and
yeah, I'm talking about
This
this.
is
right
okay.
here, right?
Extending the left-hand
From the front side,
all the way
it is
across.
something like this, right?
Right.
And then it is going
Have
like.
you contemplated that, sir?
So like,
since you're
No,
the
I don't
designer.
think so.
Oh, I see.
You know, why doesn't
Okay.
this just want to continue all the way, you know, and it picks it up here?
We could, I mean, the only thing was more just trying to give prominence to the bay, but I'm fine with that. You're still.
Well, I'm just saying, this whole corner is very awkward.
Right.
So that, you eliminate that if you just
Square it off.
run this, whatever this is, you know, all the way around and make it tie in here.
But then are you at the point of eliminating the bay then too?
No, I think the bay stays there. I don't know what he was talking to you about the bay, but
And like this.
Or,
Yeah, have it all projected.
or
Yeah.
square it off,
Why
run
isn't it all of it,
this.
all the way across?
Yeah, if it would project
And-
all the way.
All the way across. That looks so nice.
Yeah,
what are you talking about?
add
Running this,
more
are you talking about running this eve line all the way across?
Take
yes.
the bay all the way across.
Well, what do you mean the bay?
But she's saying
Well,
that
it's gotta
make
be on
this
the
bay
right.
bigger, like,
Oh, run the,
run all the way.
you mean,
Have the whole
cons-
thing project.
consume that square footage?
Yeah.
Footage, I should say. Mm-hmm. I don't know what his interior design is.
Project out like that.
That's the dining hall. I
It's
think
the dining
that's
room
the
and
bay
living room.
area is the dining.
But, I mean, you know, I don't know what the FAR and all the structural
It
stuff.
adds more
We're
dimension.
under
It's
on
too
the FAR
blocky
because the
otherwise.
basement's 56% below grade.
And like, I think with with the size of the house, maybe you want to think about having like a double door entrance or
So,
a bigger one.
all right,
Yeah.
so I originally had a double door when we were here
Oh,
in
you-
December, and the comments weren't,
I think it was a double door and that's all it was though, right?
Exactly, so.
So
I
we
tried
said,
to-
do some side lights.
Right, so here, I tried to put the windows in, and if I go with a double door, you can't fit
Right.
windows.
It's
So
Having
that's,
like a French, side
that's why we didn't, but I mean, we can do a double door with side, you know, with two small side lights.
side light.
But you end up with just like, I mean, they end up being
Okay.
like a foot and a half.
Wouldn't
at
this
most of
continue,
those,
the
you know,
whole
for those
thing
side lights.
project, be a straight line?
It could be a straight I
This
actually
is-
don't mind.
Do we have the old design?
Yes.
That was our idea, to have the whole
So this is
area
what was
project out
presented
here.
at the meeting,
In line with that.
because there was another design
Yeah.
beforehand,
So,
the green
I
dot
like that.
is what
It
was.
My only question though is in conjunction to what he was asking about the brick. It's you end up with a weird transition then of brick there and then possibly adding brick again on here. So it becomes very weird at
I
that
don't
point.
know. This
So-
is just, this is
I feel
just,
like
it's
we're
just
having
way
to
too
one or
much.
the other, but-
I don't get it.
Can't be both.
Right, exactly.
So, so it was continuing the split level, so. For now, everything's.
And I just like carrying that across.
Let me tell you a couple things. I'm not ready to be, I'll be honest with you, I'm not ready
All being brick.
to like this
You can't have any of the bay.
for a couple of reasons.
Yeah.
I think this is clumsy, so,
It's
Well,
gonna be brick underneath.
Underneath, yeah.
so either, I think that needs to be cleaned up,
Because this is brick
It
here.
might be already.
and I don't. For some reason, I think, this faces a street, and I don't want, I hate to see it, but I'd like to see some brick, at least, maybe just here, maybe not the whole height, but you gotta run some brick here, okay, because this is facing Grove, right? Correct? Then, I just think this whole front,
And this is all for.
where's your front, where's the plan view? I mean, this, you got all this foyer room, right?
They're talking about the front door.
Well, we're talking about lots of things.
All right, well, I could just take that whole thing out as a bay.
And this just doesn't,
And
this is, I don't, I'm not quite sure,
This comes all the way out through here.
yeah, but,
Mike, we have the whole thing coming out.
yeah,
as a bay
yeah,
And then
yeah,
brick
yeah,
down
yeah,
here.
yeah, but
Yeah.
what is this? Is this just a sitting area?
Yes.
Okay,
With landscape
okay.
here and here in two
Okay.
steps. So that's why, in the site plan, you can see it better in terms of what the intent of that is.
Mhm.
The intent was to just not have 10 straight steps there.
And your previous design though for this, sorry, I've got Did I get through this already? You know, when we criticize that front entry, Carrie, did you take it already? I mean, that's still, you still need to do a better door like that. You still need to do something like a door with side lights here.
Yeah, you have to.
I mean, it's just, that's just a simple. Does the door gonna be glass, or is it gonna have glass in it, or is it gonna be solid?
It's gonna be a solid door.
Then, you know, I just think that that's an insufficient, the way you have it drawn, an insufficient entry for this house.
Right.
Can I suggest something?
See a single door.
Well,
With
not, yeah, that's what I'm
With side
saying.
lights on either
Right.
side. Doesn't have to be a double door.
Would he drop the windows down behind the railing?
Yeah, it could
And then what?
have side lights.
So you're not seeing because of the
But
railing?
just
He could
needs to
actually
have a
drop the windows down.
Larger size.
It's all in the foyer,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Exactly, the windows are right now at 30 inches above.
So he could drop them down, you just don't see it because the railing are blocking you.
Well, I think, you're saying making them full height
Yeah.
side lights like that?
No, what's
Not
the
side
difference?
lights, but windows.
What's the difference if it's a window side light, same thing, just bigger?
Well,
The
because,
difference is the frame around it.
yeah, I mean,
I'm just saying,
The
it's,
windows you can
it's
put
still
one, two
glass.
side lights.
It's still glass, but I
cheap
think
with side-
with drapes or something.
so those are, my problems are, I think the entrance is drawn. I don't like the roof line all the way across on the eave. And whether the bay runs out and continues, I don't really care. Pardon my voice. But I think that this roof line needs to do this, Nathan. Whether whether he wants to consume the additional real estate and make that bay run all the way out, I think that's up to him. I think that could look kind of cool just as a bay under there, but. And then,
Put brick on the bottom.
and then on the Grove Street side, I'd like to see brick down here.
What about the front?
And what do you mean about, as far as the front brick?
That's what I thought.
I think, did I not address that?
Would you turn that corner?
Right at the end,
Yes, I would want it on the front as well.
well, you
So
went
it would
by.
No.
cross here.
He wants brick to run all the way across here and across Grove.
What I'm saying, originally you set up.
Originally, I had up there, and now I'm willing to come down here,
Maybe you can steal it from here.
whatever.
So brick
But
would be
I'm not,
over here.
I think you need to, sir, I think you need to take this and do some more work to it and bring it back to us, to be honest with you. That's my opinion, I don't know.
So, from a different perspective, I'm willing to agree to things tonight to try to get this going. I really need to get this going. I'm running out of time, you know, on all of this with insurance, and we have other issues with the house right now as well. Like, I'm willing to to agree to things and then submit a revised one.
This isn't like about a negotiation, this is about,
So, you're gonna hear another case. Is there enough information that you could mark one up that we could approve from what they talked about?
I can mark it up right now, yes.
All right, let them hear the.
well, let's make sure that you guys are all agree. I mean, do you guys, you know, these are the issue, I mean, you guys all agree that we have a little issue with the entry, right?
Yes.
I personally would like to see a brick line across the front of the house,
We both have
and
that.
and then have that go on Grove as well. And then I have a roof line issue. I don't really care if the bay sits like this and stops, or if he wants to carry it all the way across, it's up to him.
What if we have, like, is this masonry?
What is that material, sir, on the bay?
Yeah.
That's siding as well.
Okay, that's just shaded because of the depth?
No, it's a darker siding.
It's a different color? Okay,
It's two different color siding.
sure. So, you know,
What if we continue just the masonry, just this
I'm
area,
not
the
sure
same as
how the
this
roof
one?
line would continue.
oh, you mean just up to this line here?
Yeah,
Right now, it's going around.
and,
Well,
and even the
what I was
bay
gonna ask is
is-
what if this
if we
carried
continue-
across through here?
I'm sorry, sir.
That piece here.
If that siding carried across to here, so this is consistent with
Yeah.
Around the corners.
I
Okay.
think that,
Yeah.
there's a weird transition of putting this
Right.
So you don't see that.
That corner,
Then bring it and tie it in with that.
right,
That's
okay.
what he was-
Yeah, yeah.
Had drawn that on.
And then, but then we get the siding across on Grove Street, right?
You get the siding, but.
I'm
you still
sorry, we
have
get
this
the- we
line
get the
of
low brick
that
line.
carries- Yeah, exactly.
All right, you want to go put your pencil to some of that?
Sure.
You got a fresh drawing, or do you want to,
No, I have a fresh
you
drawing.
need this?
No, I have a
Okay,
fresh drawing.
cool, we'll hear that case, and then we'll talk to you about, we'll see how fast you can draw, hopefully you can do it. Here, Carrie, this is the old one. Okay, so we'll come back to that case, sorry about that. And we will recall, what street were these people on? This first case, right? We're going to recall case 2018-2A, Ali Yafai at 7734 Kilbourne. All the previous comments read in are still in effect.
So I had a conversation both with the architect and the contractor. The final decision is they would like to go with real stucco on those sides.
Mm-hmm.
So it would look actually like the drawing is shown.
Good.
And with the except, you might see some control joints.
Right, okay. I think that would be fine, as long as it's not some synthetic panel that
No,
doesn't look right.
I
Okay.
clarified with them.
Good.
I clarified with
All
them.
right. Sure. We'll test that guy's drawing ability.
Yes, indeed. So therefore, I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case number 2018-002A at 7734 Kilbourne, provided that elevation material legend number 11 be changed from James Hardy smooth panel siding to stucco, Portland cement stucco, color? In a beige, natural, earth tony color.
Anybody second?
Second.
All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? No opposed, so passed. All right, great, I'm glad that worked out, guys.
Natural.
And now we will play
stucco.
Jeopardy music until that other case gets here. All right, you guys are good.
So just
Sure.
make the correction and you can submit.
This is yours.
Yeah, no. Oh, sorry.
I mean, that's either or. Doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you very much.
Good luck.
Thank you, guys.
No,
No?
you're all good.
Just don't forget your drawings over there.
No.
Pick whatever you want.
That's the one that's waiting.
Did you,
I think that's the one. Thanks.
I mean, that's what it is. And he's the designer.
You guys approved it.
What's that?
And green.
You the cast too.
Remember,
Is
a
this,
building that
is
was
this
all in
something for
green.
me, or what is it?
It's being built right
Mary
now.
Jane is celebrating
I drove by
5
yesterday,
years, and then,
What is that?
Am I supposed to?
also this is.
I don't
Does
remember.
everybody have one of
Just to
these?
announce
Neon
it.
green.
No, it's just to let everyone know that Mary
Okay.
Jane's having an appearance coming
Okay.
up for 5 years.
It's really bright green.
Both the boards and commissions.
Yeah.
When is
You
this,
go,
like March
you
12th?
know, right by
Yeah.
next to West.
12th or
Keep going.
It's the 12th.
Turn right at the right, and you'll see this big built, because on the other side, this huge building was built. They changed the panel. It's really Where'd they come from? It's, well,
Bring your wife, I'll
it
bring
makes,
mine.
it zips up that neighborhood.
On Howard and where?
Grosse Pointe.
And Grosse
Where's
Pointe.
that?
If you took Grosse Pointe all the way
At that,
south, Oakton, past Niles
oh,
Woods,
that Howard,
and
I gotta
you get to a stop light, and
The
then you go
usual
west,
place.
it's right on your right
We
hand side.
approved it?
I have no idea, I never remember seeing that in my life.
That's upsetting. When you think,
I don't remember it at all.
I don't. I'm gonna have to drive by it and see.
Nothing that color.
Which one is that, Julie?
One being built, she said it's a storage building, is it Howard and Grosse Pointe? Has kind of really bright green, big panels. Being built right now.
They all bleed together.
I don't recall anything like that.
I don't. That's what I'm telling you.
How would you
If
build
he
it,
does that, is he
corner
gonna go all
is,
the way around this side as well?
Yeah, actually, okay, so let me just think about this.
is it where the gas station is in the corner?
I don't know what, we don't talk about it. It's on the south, and north side of the street.
Oh, yes, I was.
You know where?
Oh, yes, I was.
You've got Tui, and you can kind of go the back way to get to Howard.
I wonder where I'm at. I might be close to this.
West of Edens. or
I'm coming up on that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I know
15?
what you
Yeah.
mean.
Then
Yeah.
you jog, and then you can get on Grosse Pointe, that light.
Oh, 5.
West of there.
We'll wait for Ross to
Just
get up to
west.
the 50 year.
West of Grosse
West
Pointe
of Grosse Pointe.
into
On Howard.
and
On
Howard.
Howard.
Okay. But I
Oh,
remember
here's
we had
10.
some case where there were a lot of
Howard
gardens
Meyer.
that I had to do.
They have that North Shore building there, North Shore, some clinic.
Did you go help him? You're the architect.
And they're constructing it now.
Oh, here we go.
That he didn't come up with something nicer than his own house.
I was coming back, I'm trying to remember where I was coming back. Oh, I think it was.
The chief and myself at the last meeting. I don't know if it's that.
Couldn't get through on Hertz. Had to go to Chewy and Caldwell.
Did you see this?
The signage.
Do we have, is that last
Do we
case?
have
No, I think that took care of itself.
But was he living in it when there was a fire?
So that, the staff's approving the signage.
Does it look, yeah,
The shutter case, the updated colors.
What happened with the guy with the, is he coming back next month, the Georgia?
Yeah.
so can I ask a question? So that gentleman's house couldn't be above 26, but then this one's at 30, and there was another one at 28.9.
We'll clarify that. So we have different zoning districts throughout town, R1, R2, R3. We also, within each zoning district, the width of the lot determines the
Gotcha.
height. The wider the
Gotcha.
lot, the higher you can go.
Gotcha.
So he happens to be in a R2 and a very narrow lots, so that's the minimum, which is the 26.
Okay.
So, and again, this ordinance was passed.
Yeah, I remember going to and seeing that
Years ago, so
the
there
house
might-
had
you might
obviously
even have a
burned
neighbor
down, it
that's
was
higher.
there, so
Sure.
I
'Cause
know
at one
where it
time the height
is.
was higher than that.
Okay.
So,
And I was gonna go back, but I thought, no, this is a
So we
new
can't
house,
go
it's
back
not
and
there.
go over your roof,
Right.
you know, so.
Okay, thanks.
But he might also be
A lot of
well
what?
served to bring
Uh-huh, they have a
Yeah.
lot
more
of children.
photos,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
samples,
Sure.
showing us,
Yeah.
you know.
Well, I'm sure he's
Yeah.
under pressure.
the
because
zoning
they need a
Formally with
house
his
to live in.
neighbors.
Oh, yeah, no, I mean, it was,
But you still can't approve the higher height. You could
No,
recommend
we
it
could
to the
recommend,
zoning
right,
board.
exactly.
How long do you think
That
this will
it's,
take? I mean, this is a
Sure.
pretty big house.
Reasoning for the variance.
Sure,
Well, I have a
but
foundation.
if it's ugly,
But
the height
this is
doesn't
bigger
matter.
than the other house.
right.
But he didn't.
That's the bigger issue,
the
is
day.
that-
He didn't like the fact that we go to the third floor, even though it will be
Yeah.
used. That's why he needs the extra height, you know.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
And that's fast.
Back in the day, that was the first
Yeah.
thing we always talked about was how high it was.
The interior
But he's
did
trying
long
to solve his
inside.
structural problem at the same time.
Deny heights, even though heights were allowed.
Right,
No,
right,
that's
exactly.
78. There's a house on the corner, Grant, no,
You guys.
Ewing
Right.
and
Shouldn't say
Colfax. It's the
Before my time.
southwest
It was-
corner.
no, it
It's
was in
down
my time.
Across from Perkins Woods.
All right, how we doing?
Okay, so
And when what?
this is what I'm proposing.
All right, let's give this gentleman his audience. Hang on a minute. Why don't you just kind of hold him up and show us what you're doing?
Okay, so
Which one you mean?
I'm keeping the bay as it is
Mhm.
there, I'm not extending it across.
Mhm.
I am, however, reducing these two windows from 3 foot to, I got to double check with the dimensions.
To whatever it is, but you're,
Whatever
with,
they are.
okay,
Center a double door, and
Okay.
then have 2 smaller windows equal
Uh-huh.
in between the door and the adjacent
Okay.
walls. On that elevation then, it would look like this, where you have the 2 smaller windows, I'm extending this adjacent siding, so the lighter gray siding of it,
Uh-huh.
to this area, to the brick here.
okay,
That aligns with where that setback is as well. And then carrying the line of the brick here, which it kind of lines up with where this floor line is,
Mhm.
carrying that across, and then actually carrying it on 3 sides more. So
Okay.
it carries across on Grove.
right.
also
And then it tucks back around, great,
turns,
perfect, perfect,
tucks all
perfect, that's
around
awesome.
There, and it's straightened off that roof right across
Carrying
here.
that on?
Yeah,
Which.
I think that cleans up everything.
This would become.
You guys agree?
Well,
Yeah, the roof will
the roof line, this doesn't continue, right?
Yes, he is going to take it and make that continue.
This will continue,
Oh,
but there,
okay.
but, you know, it will
Okay.
kind of go in and out with the jogs of the second floor. But this will continue straight across
Right.
and wrap around.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
it actually will go on all 3 sides now, because it goes from here along Grove, and then back
Okay.
around to where the kitchen is, which is where I'm ending
Okay.
the brick line of that half
Yeah,
floor as well.
that's good.
So it
Sounds
all
good.
Are you
stays
happy with the,
consistent.
what we?
I am.
Okay,
yes. I mean,
good.
this is still in line with
Right,
what it
okay,
is, so I appreciate it. Now,
sure.
this is the easier part. Harder question. This current design as it is right now is 1 foot 8 inches higher than what the eave allowance is. So it's at 23 feet is what an R1, what an R1 allows you to be, and I'm at 24.8.
For which design? For what, the top?
Yes. So the height of the eave here. So
Does that sound right to you or not?
You sure you're that high?
yeah.
Wait. What's the dimension?
He's 30 feet.
I worked with Rafi and Joanna. That's the first thing Joanna called me out on. So these are the dimensions of what the current height is right here. So, sorry, 24.3 actually, or 24.8 to over here. So this was assuming a 9-foot ceiling. If I lower it down, keeping the same design we just spoke about, by 6 inches to the top of the roof, it lowers the eave to 23.9. And I'm asking for an approval on a variance of 9 inches.
Well,
According to,
we can approve that, but I don't know what you
according
have
to
from an
paperwork-
aesthetic standpoint.
Well, according to the paperwork, this is why I asked for it earlier.
Sure,
You guys are actually allowed to.
okay, well, there you have it.
Little asterisk in there that says,
Okay.
approval of the commission.
I mean, do you guys have any, we're talking about a few inches on the eve height. Are you guys okay with that? I think in that area, using on a corner house and stuff, that's not overly excessive. Okay? Tom, do you feel, I hate to lean on you for this, but it's a complicated one.
Yes, I move that a certificate of appropriateness be granted in case number 2017-080A
We're gonna give you the waiver.
at 9025
We need to borrow these for a second.
Samoset, with revisions as drawn by the petitioner at the meeting, including revisions to the front entry door, changing from a single door to a double door, reducing the size, thus reducing the size of the adjacent windows appropriately. The extension of the bay window eave treatment to connect with the existing eave over the entry and squared off at the opposite end to meet the eave on the east elevation, and the substitution of brick on the south elevation, north elevation, and the south elevation at a height roughly
To the underside.
to the underside of the bay window, or 107.8, or the level of the
first floor.
of the first floor.
And then changing that out to wood.
And the entry finishes would replace brick where shown adjacent to the door to siding to match the other siding.
And we're okay with the eve line in excess of,
Right, and that the approval of a variance for the height of the eave be granted.
That's every issue, right?
So now, how do I get a copy and he gets a copy?
So he's gonna have to take a picture. Anybody second? All in favor? Aye. All right, so passed. Great. All right, meeting is adjourned.